Sten goes Pike into this Caitlyn Bard bot lane.
I mean, I like hook champions into Bard. I think that it gives you a lot more threat in lane, but into a Caitlyn lane, I think is quite ambitious. The Gwen response comes
Easy for him to chunk away at it, but Caps has 6 in the Realm Warp. 7 does have his ult as well. Sten going in the Realm Warp behind as Ice looks for the damage. LeBron, once again, a magical journey just gets into safety. Sten looking for it. Caps goes in with the Rune Prison, the Overload. Can't quite get the damage, but in the end, he catches out the Ghost Water dive from that Pike. Caps with the first blood of the series.
nice play from G2 as they look for a little bit more ice, so I think he has the distance.
Voltbreaker coming out, Hans Summer flashing for it, looks for the build over Peacemaker and finds his man. A headshot from Hans. Ice is going to move up. LeBron doesn't have that flash, but does have the magical journey. Dragon down to 3,000 as Skuma continues to punch first and ask questions later. Sheo stepping forward now has the maximum dosage. Temper Fate connects on Ice. Sheo steals away the Drake. Sheo using that on the flash cease and desist, going on to Ice. He's been left to the Wolves. G2 will take the kill, even if they lose the Drake.
The first Drake, it gives them time. Remember that this composition wants to scale, and if G2's able to stack the dragons, it puts more pressure onto Heretics.
Oh, Sten, why are you backing here? Why are you backing here? A Cosmic Binding. Sten will be able to dash across the wall, but the chase comes out from Skimon. That was foolhardy, to say the least, from Sten.
No vision, no information. He gives over another kill. And now Hans Summer and Skewmont are off to the races with how accelerated they are in this early game.
And that's my biggest worry, is just 1,000 gold lead coming out of this bottom side. You still are only going to accelerate that even further with more of these plates being available on this bot end. And sure, you got a dragon, but I still think Caitlyn going to be very happy with the position they're in to just continue racking up more and more of this. Hey, we have a pushing lane. Let's make plays.
Oh, Ice clipped by the Temper Fate. A snap trap underneath his feet. Immediately uses the Moonlight Vigil with the Severance to try and heal himself up, and it is enough. Good rotation of the guns, but with the Realm Warp coming in, Ice now needs to dodge the ace in the hole. Caps going forward, doesn't tank the tower. Lebrov does instead, takes a couple of tower shots. Hans Summer gets the headshot for the shutdown, and Caps will get another 6-0 now, G2.
Great roll from Caps.
Heretics unlikely to pressure for this Drake. I say that as Sheo steps straight into the face of Caps. Will lose his passive, goes where he pleases, means that he will be CC'd next time. LeBron with the magical journey out, the Ignite ticking on him. Meanwhile, Ice is not moving from the mid lane. Drake secured for G2. Heretics still poking and prodding and putting their nose where G2 don't want it to be. BB moved.
Dragon. Good luck, lads. And I think this is where, again, G2 are just so good.
Sheo's going to try and chase down Caps here. There's the Heartsteel proc, nice clonk for him, an Infected Cleaver landing, Tempered Fate coming out, Caps almost steps to the side of it. LeBron's going to put a Magical Journey in, looking for that Cosmic Binding, but can connect onto Sheo as he goes to the other side of the wall. Death from below, dodged by Caps. LeBron gets the kill, but now Caps in the Glacial Storm will fall. Sten needs to be...
Sheo and Abrav coming in just in the nick of time. But yeah, you've got to see this model's a little scary.
Yeah, I mean, it ends up being a Waps, which is very much needed for this Anivia, but mid lane falling as well. So a good skirmish for Heretics. Goes 1-for-1, but the goal difference in the battlefield, I believe, is Caitlyn.
Sure.
You're supposed to know this, bro. You're locked in.
Caitlyn.
I was going to make a joke. How mighty do you think the Caitlyn is?
Pretty damn mighty right now, as Seren's going to get caught up in the Tempered Fate. G2 looking to collapse on a play that was started by Heretics. Cosmic Binding not landing the stun, but Seren, even with his egg, is going to get chased down. The egg in the middle of 4. And Summer comes across just for the assist, and G2 get another.
Avoiding skirmishes. They're just playing into G2's hand, and G2's like, oh, with pleasure, absolutely. Every skirmish is going their way. 8-1 the kill score.
You get the Herald on the bottom side. Caps shoots all the way. Skewmont might have overextended though. Has the flash.
Goes back in onto Sheo. Skewmont down to a 3rd HP. Sheo around the same as the chase comes in from LeBron and Hans Summer. Sheo trying to walk his way out of this one with the maximum dosage, but he can't heal up enough. G2 now 9.
Maybe this could be a good thing, because you know that you can then stall the game out. You don't have to contest, but then they contested the second dragon. They continue to contest in the river.
Cross map. So you can then go, oh, Aphelios, you go top when Dragon's up.
Exactly.
We'll then get Tower and Gold on you, but that's not what we're seeing.
I don't think LeBron's missed the Tempered Fate so far. Flash with the Cosmic Binding as well for the follow-up. BBT being in. Seven's going to try and get his way out, but it's a damn frosty evening, and G2 will pick up another kill.
BB just really wanted to get on the board there. TP'd in to get a kill. It's like, lads, you're having too much fun without me. 10-1. A massive gold lead for G2. And he's going to be able to get this tier 2 in the bottom lane as well, because there's just not enough people on the map for Heretics right now.
And look at that KP for Lebrov. He's been involved in 9 of the team's 10 kills. He's had a spectacular Bard performance. And I mean, it's nothing. Their approach to this game has been too passive, and they've tried to take fights when they just haven't been strong enough, and it's resulted in a serious snowball for G2.
Heretics is trying to find anything they can on the map right now. They'll get a top tower as Sheo is looking for Broken Blade, but that's a Dusk and Dawn and a Riftmaker Gwen, specifically built to work her way through the tanks of the Scion and the Mundo. Sheo doesn't want to stay around for too long. G2 using the pressure they have from bot to look for these plays, but now with a TP behind, perhaps Caps on the other side of the map, Heretics can look for something. Sten takes half his health. Bolt Breaker almost gets Skewmond out, but he's blocked with the root. Shale going for more as they all collapse onto Labrov. He dies.
Wards down wherever he needs to, and it's just full map coverage and control for G2 right now.
And G2 are so strong.
Sten locked up, tries to get away, but Labrov follows him with the auto attack, and G2 get another.
Did he go between the wolves to bind him? Like, he rooted Sten using the wolves.
Was it with the wolves? I thought it was Skewmond just with the knocker. I'd have to look at it again, and I don't think we're going to have a chance because Ice is dead in the mid lane. The Temper Fate didn't connect, but the rest of G2 immediately collapsed. And for Heretics, it's looking pretty grim, lads. Skewmond going for more onto Sheo. Hans Summer opening up. Maximum dosage coming out from the Mundo. Seven takes almost half his health from a single headshot out of that Caitlyn.
I was going to say, this is where G2 are basically hitting their stride. You've got 2 items completed with the Infinity Edge now for Ansama. Caps has 2, Dusk and Dawn completed on Broken Blade. Like, they are feeling themselves right now. And Stend is about to get us.
This is your tank who's trying to step up, being beaten back by a Bard and a Vi. Like, yes, it's Black Cleaver Sundered.
And now it's going to be a Baron. Systematic destruction by G2. The gold leads you going for pick after pick after pick, leveraging the strength of their comp, which is we excel in the 2v2s and the 3v3s.
And it means the Heretics constantly have to overload and find picks. And as long as Skewmond gets out, well, Caps now has access to the bot lane turret. So as Heretics, you have to disappear.
Temper Fate onto 7. Caught out by Labrov. Flashes away from the Cosmic Binding, but may or may not have landed the stun.
Look at bot lane.
Not, it does, as you say. Look at bot lane. Caps pushing in, and Heretics using that as their opportunity to engage. But as soon as the unstoppable onslaught comes out, look at the CC chain on Tracing. TP behind now with cease and desist onto that backline. Sten knocked back. Hans Summer chases out the Scion. Meanwhile, Seren is going to fall in the middle of the fight into that egg and then scrambled up by G2.
A desperation play from Heretics as they tried their best to create a 4v3 in the top lane. The whole map is falling apart. Caps is going to get an inhibitor. He's going to use the Baron-empowered minions to deal damage onto these inhibitor towers, and as Ice tries to wave clear, that opens up the top lane.
We were so close, guys. If this game had ended in 6 seconds time, it would have been the fastest of LEC versus. They're not going to have that accolade to put on their mantelpiece, but G2 have systematically destroyed Heretics here in game 1, pushing towards the Nexus at 24.5 minutes. Broken Blade pulled in, but just dashes away, and G2, in such rapid fashion, just wipe away the Heretics. The Nexus down to half. Sheo uses his ultimate, a Tempered Fate into the Snapshot, takes out best of it. That's already banned out by G2. Gnar as well does work well into the Cassante and doesn't have that health stacking that can really be a struggle into the Trundle later on. Fight. They don't know where Trundle is right now. Skewmond has reset, got himself a Sheen. Aegis Assault for the movement speed from Sheo. Flash away from Caps, but the Shield Vault still finds the stun. Skewmond on his way, but only at the tier 1 right now as Caps has no way out of this. Uses the command, protect Sheo though with a spear to his back. We'll get first blood for Heretics. Never makes playoffs. And look at how many times they place really well. so rare that they do poorly in playoffs.
That's very true. Oh,
wait a
hang on a minute.
Wait a second.
You're moving into the enemy jungle here. Seren looking for some damage himself. Does have his flash. Sheo was forced to flash away, but Skewmond falling low. Seren loses vision, puts a soldier in, gets the kill. Shield Bolt out onto Caps, gets the stun, but he gets one in response as Sheo falls. Seren needs to get out of here. Doesn't have that flash anymore. Caps still chases him. The counter curse needs to be studied, guys. Seren and Caps in the mid lane here. Grand Starfall coming out. Flash away from Caps, away from the Emperor's Divide. Meanwhile, a hook lining onto Labrov down towards the bottom side. Sten pretty deep here. Bullet time coming out. Not going to connect too much as Labrov does fall low, but able to escape until the flash double up. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Seren taken out by Skewmond and Caps.
Action happening.
Nice job on the gank from Skewmond as well there. Use the Subjugate because it removes 40% of the armor and magic resist. It just has enough, but now Sten.
Yeah, Sten pushing forward a little bit here as Skewmond and Hans Summer are there for the chase. Labrov face checked, And Stend paid the price for it. Starfall coming out from Sheo. Skewmon getting onto your backline, using a subjugate on your tankier members as he tries to trade here with Sheo. Takes one of the grubs away.
Wait, no. Oh, did he actually get the grub? No, he didn't get the grub. He missmited. I think
Skewmon got both.
No, yeah, but it was Sheo who smited. Skewmon still has it.
Oh, he smited the wrong
Sheo
one.
missmited, missed it, and now Skewmon gets all three.
Yeah.
It's dire for Sheo.
Yeah, it was. I saw the smite, and I thought to myself, oh, you're trying to get both of them low. Maybe you do some sort of tech, but you're right. You just hit the wrong one.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't at least get one grub, and Skewmon just tracking and trying to match Show everyone on the map. But here's the ult.
Onto LeBrob, they'll land the stun onto him. The chase continues. The 7 able to dodge to the side and will be gifted over the kill. His second of the game gets him a little bit closer to Caps, but it's still a 1,000 gold lead for the Oriana in mid.
And this time, Lebrov with the mistake, and it's Heretics that punish. Good ulti comes through from Sheo, catches the support isolated. Seren was also able to move down from mid, so there was no way for Lebrov to go. Shockwave onto Seren, he's getting very low.
He goes back in, Emperor's Divine onto Caps, who tanks the tower! 7 outplays! The minions take him out in response! One for chatter, very kind of you.
Oh, what's going on here? Hang on a second.
Caught out. Sorry. I'll PayPal you guys later. Instead, caught out the subjugate coming out. There's the pop blossom as well for the chase onto Ice. And Ice is down.
Which is the perfect target, because if you come through that choke point and Ice is able to open up the bullet time, you're having a miserable experience. But it doesn't really matter. It's now G2 getting that first dragon.
Ultimately, though, I mean, Heretics is still keeping the gold close. Like, if we compare this to last game, it was already dire straits, it felt like, for Heretics. They are skirmishing well. They are doing their best to trade kills where they can. And I'm looking at that gold lead for Caps, and it's scary, but Ice is building a similar advantages. This looks like a Pantheon ult to me.
Broken Blade going all out, has the Zeke's convergence complete already. Grand Starfall in by Sheo, as you say, Eddie. And BB will fall basically just to Tracin. That was a bit of an assist from Sheo, but Tracin winning out the 1v1.
And there's another gold lead that's just as sizable as that bottom lane. You're kind of saying these side lanes are where you can put that pressure. And for Tracin now, first tower going to be secured for him. And hopefully that's an opportunity for Heretics to try and play a little bit more with this Gnar in a side lane and try and explore the options of taking these side lane towers a bit quicker.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a great game state overall for Heretics. Like, it's not all doom and gloom just yet. Skewmon is definitely making his presence known. He is running around the rift doing what he can. Seren, though, trading.
Ooh, Emperor's Divine not connecting. The shockwave coming out, and Lebrov is here with a blooming burst. And a big old kill. And meanwhile, Sten looking for the flank. No Grand Starfall yet for Sheo, but Sten, if he can get a depth charge onto Caps, who does still have the flash, the chase can continue. There we are. Caps caught up in the depth charge. Dredgeline's going to come out next. Flashes from it. Sheo flashes forward, and the bullets rip through. Sheo takes the kill. Sten tanks the tower, and Lebrov falls second. Good route onto Ice, but the third tower shot does not materialize. 200 gold ahead. Nothing too consequential. It's a dagger in the end, but Caps with no flash, and Sheo on the chase. Going to extend that gold lead just a little bit. Good shockwave into the pillar. Sheo Seren flashing forward. Look at the Caps who has that Seekers. Seren will fall for this. Skewmon on the chase now as Sten's going to join the fray, but look at the flank position for Lebrov and Hansama. Sten realizes he needs to get the hell out of there. It's a double for Skewmon. Riptide out from Sten. He does escape to the tower. Broken Blade going all out with the Zeke's convergence onto Ice, burning his flash as well.
Caps managing to take one with them was not what I expected off the back of that play. Burning the Seeker's arm guard to make sure he can take one, and that's 4 deaths and 5 deaths apiece now for the mid laners on each side.
That gold lead for Ice.
Slowing damaging zone around you, and Bandle Pipe second from Skewmon, knowing that if you're landing those slows, you're getting the extra movement speed and the extra attack speed for your entire 1,000 gold lead for them. But for Heretics, you do want to, I mean, do you want to slow this game down? You have a great skirmish comp. You kind of want to find fights where you can.
I think it's not even just, they don't have a choice. At this stage, you kind of have to cross-map because there's no way you're able to get in a position to try and take fights. And one of the things that we talked about was the ability to, you know, make
through the crystalline overgrowth. Caps going to slow up Sheo with a command dissonance. The Pillar of Ice for the follow-up. And Sheo, you're just a bit too deep. In the Aegis Assault saves him for a second, but the chase continues for G2. Sheo trying to run away. Another Comet Spear comes out, but Caps jumps across to the safety of his Azir.
G2 are playing this map spectacularly. There's a ward just off by Red Brush, which just feels dizzy at the moment trying to keep pace with G2.
I feel like Heretics is trying so hard to force so many things. Like, this is a great example. Why are they here?
I mean, Show's likely dead. LeBron flashing in as Hanzama dives in with the killing instinct as well. There's the shockwave onto Ice. Sten trying to flash to safety, but G2 are on the chase. That's 2. The bot lane of Heretics already dead. Seven and Shao need to get out as BB dashes forward. Hanzama, no killer instinct left for him, but he can still land those Void Seekers. Shao getting chased towards the bottom side. Pillar of Ice coming out to block him against the wall. The Gromp secured. Good double knockback from BB, but
4-1. You can see that they've got 4 members pushing up through mid. They've left Caps isolated in a side lane with the Orianna, who has the TP. Skumon kind of covering the support, and it's now been caught.
Ice has to flash across the wall. Bullet time coming out, but there's the all-out from BB. Sinks in the Intofos and gets himself a kill. A bit isolated towards the backside, but he just dashes across the wall. And now G2 find another. Send will fall. Tracing building up that Meganar, but they're all hitting onto a clone.
Again, unprompted.
I think that one was pretty prompted by myself, but still.
Baron going to be secured by G2, and I like how quick they were with it. Like,
that's one of the reasons you talked about it at the start of game 1, Betty. Like, G2, when it comes to playoffs, they just tend to succeed. They just tend to do well, even if they do come in as the 7th seed. Here, Ice caught out again. No way for him to get out. And G2 can just march down mid. Like, the defense for Heretics is Seren pushing the side lane, trying to get themselves an objective bounty, trying to get a little bit of gold. But their inhibitor tower in mid will fall. 23.5 minutes in, G2 are knocking on the Nexus.
Yeah, I was going to say, how far are they going to take this? Because Heretics have to reset, but BB soloing out the Azir.
Yeah, Seren able to dodge across the wall to the Gromp. Did use the Emperor's Divide, needs to get back, will use the Hex Gates to get closer. Tracing knocked up with the Pillar of Ice, Shao trying to get in there as well. TP coming out from BB as he's going to join the fight. The first Nexus tower will fall, G2 continuing to advance. And there's the Shockwave, and immediately they kill off Tracing. They'll dive onto Shao underneath the tower as well, but Skumon still really healthy with that Subjugate. Second Nexus tower down, Ice has respawned, does have that bullet time, but the Hot Blossom will find him again. Ice goes in with a bullet time, a good Pillar of Ice to stop it, as G2 are just ripping through them. Heretics don't have a leg left to stand on as G2 will go 2-0.
24:36 was the timer we